Alright, so before we get into this YouTube video today, I just want to say I apologize for the rant video I did the other day. I normally don't do those. It's probably been like over a year since I did my last one. I was just kind of fed up, so I had to go through with it. So yeah. So YouTube, what's happening? This is your boy Venom. I'm back with you guys with another YouTube video today, and today I am here with my boy Anything. Say what's up, bruh.
What's up?
So today we are basically going to be talking about remasters in general. It doesn't matter the games, anything like that. We're just going to be giving our thoughts and we're going to discuss this, so on and so forth. So Anything, what is your thoughts on remasters in general? Like, how do you feel about them?
The intent with them is to normally be better than the regular game. Like Dark Souls is recently, the first one is recently being remastered on the Switch. So I think that's pretty cool. But I feel like sometimes it goes the wrong way with them and people do other bad things that, you know, kind of ruin it in a way. But when other developers that are good with it actually make it good, then they turn out great.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with you on that. Are you for remasters, or would you just rather get a new game to that installment? Like, for example, let's use Spyro. A lot of people love Spyro, but would you prefer them to remaster Spyro so you know what you're getting into, or would you prefer for them to make a new game rather than remaster it?
Well, for Spyro, probably maybe a new game. But it really depends on the company whether it will work best for a new game or a remaster. And I think Spyro is one of those games that would work out for a new game.
Oh yeah, Spyro will definitely sell as well. That's something that I must say. So I wanted to ask you this as well, because I know it kind of just depends on the game, but if you had to say one main thing, what do you think there's one main thing that a remastered game should have? Because, or at least like keep, because I was watching a YouTube video the other day of the I think his name is the Black Oak High, and he was basically saying he was talking about the Crash trilogy or whatever. There's a remastered Crash games for the PS4, and he was saying how he couldn't fuck with it because they touched the gameplay and they made the gameplay a little bit different, not too much, but they made it a little bit different. You could tell that difference. So if there's one thing you should say that a remaster does, what would you think that one thing is, or say that one thing should be?
For like a remaster, you mean to, like, one thing a remaster should keep from the older version of the game?
Yeah, or just do in general, because if they mess with the gameplay, would it necessarily be a remastered if it's feeling different from the original game?
I think they should keep the same function of the game and not add too much. They could try to add a few things, but if they add too much, it becomes to the point where it's not really too much of a remaster. It kind of ruins it a little bit depending on what game.
Yeah, I can definitely see where that is coming from. So since we're on the topic of remasters, let's dive into a little bit of Call of Duty. Is there any Call of Duty game that you would want to see remastered?
Well, Modern Warfare 2 definitely has the potential to be remastered if it actually was. And not like COD 4 where they kind of just added way too much stuff to it. But only if they actually go through with the remaster would an MW2 remaster be successful and be great to play.
Yeah.
But honestly, I probably shouldn't be too much money either, because when they did end up selling MWR separately, it was still like $40. I feel like it should be a little bit more less expensive, you know, to bring it like better for the community.
Yeah, it was also interesting how the little map pack was also more than it was back when Call of Duty 4 first released it. Granted, they added some supply drops to it, but I don't think the supply drops were really worth it. Like, don't you think that the map pack should have probably been the same, if not cheaper?
Yeah, because isn't the map pack like $15 right now?
Yup.
That's pretty bad in terms of content, with a separate game already being $40 when some people just only want to play it.
Yeah, most definitely. How do you feel about like more recent games being remastered. Like for example, I want to use Black Ops 2 because I see this actually, you know, come up a lot. Black Ops 2, at least in my opinion, visually is actually still a pretty, you know, good looking game. It did come out in 2012. And I understand people want a remaster, and you know, if you want one, then that's what's up. You know, I hope that you get what you want. But do you really think that they should be remastering a game like that really just came out like not too long ago that at least still looks good? Or would you prefer for them to do older games that look a little bit worse, like World at War, for example? I'm not saying World at War looks like shit or anything, but you can definitely tell the difference between games then and games now.
Well, for World at War, I feel like, I think a remaster would be good because it's also seems like the original version of World at War has a lot of hackers and modders, and it would kind of clear that up. Not just like have better graphics, but I think it would just have a.
What happened?
I'm sorry, did I disconnect?
I think so. Yeah, I went out.
Did you hear what I was saying though?
Nuh-uh. I heard you say World at War, and then that was it.
Well, World at War basically, I think remastering it would have a restart from the original game, because the original game has like modders and hackers and stuff like that. So it'd be better to have a little restart altogether from World at War, to go to a new game of that same version and that same feel, because modding and hacking kind of ruins the game, and there's a lot of it, especially on World at War.
Most definitely.
It'd be better for World at War than Black Ops 2, I should say, because Black Ops 2 doesn't have too much of that problem to where we need it and should get one.
Yeah, I mean, I do see a couple hackers on Black Ops 2 here and there, but it's nothing compared to World at War. I bet you even if the Treyarch developers got on World at War, they'd probably be surprised at the amount of hacking that World at War has.
I think they just don't pay attention to World at War too much, and, I guess don't really care about it.
Probably. At least I'm glad they didn't shut it.
Like an old game.
Yeah, at least they didn't shut the servers down though. That's definitely good. So there's remasters and there's remakes. Now, would you say, depending on the game, one should be there than the other? Like for example, some people say, and I've heard this, I haven't heard it too much, but I've heard it from some people. Some people say that Modern Warfare 2 should have a, remake instead of a remaster, because Raven, who did Modern Warfare Remastered, actually, kept a lot of the things the same, and people are worried that, one-man army and stuff like that is probably going to be the same, and is going to be like destroyed. It's going to destroy the game, so it's basically going to be a repeat. So would you say for that instance of Modern Warfare 2 that a remake would be better, or would you still prefer a remaster?
Well, see, as you know, Modern Warfare Remastered was technically remade, and you kind of just look how that turned out. Not very good. If they actually remastered a game and went along with that, I think it would be better, because it's something new.
You good? Hello?
Alright, I'm connected.
Alright.
Did you hear what I said?
Nah, I didn't hear.
I was basically saying that, COD 4 was remade, look how that turned out, and it was, bad. So I think that, remastering it would be a better developing style, and people would get excited for that.
Yeah, that would definitely be, that would definitely be nice. But, because I had asked you earlier, one of the main keys that a remaster should do. And honestly, I have to agree that it should keep the gameplay pretty much the same. When I think of a remaster, all I can think about is, HD, up it, maybe the frame rate and stuff like that. I don't think that they should be going the extra mile and adding like Modern Warfare Remastered, like they called it a remaster, but just look how everything just went, like new weapons, supply drops. I feel like if they were to do that, they might as well not even make a remaster. Would you agree?
Yeah, you definitely don't need all of that. It just makes it worse for everybody. But some people just play it because it was the new game and they want to get into something new with the community.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. But yeah, I basically think that the gameplay should that should be the main thing. Just leave everything alone and just, you know, up the graphics, frame rate, make it look pretty and stuff like that. So before we get out of here, because, you know, there's not too much to talk about, but before we get out of here, is there anything that you would want to say on this subject before we close it out?
For remastering games, I'd have to say that I think it's a potential to bring more excitement if it happens a lot more often, maybe even on PC where a lot of people play. But to not ruin it, people would spend a lot more money on it. I'm pretty sure it'd work out a lot better for everyone.
Yeah. Plus, they wouldn't get hate. I don't know if Modern Warfare Remastered got a lot of hate, but I did see quite the people complaining about the game, how it wasn't truly a remaster. And honestly, I was kind of one of the people, because I could still go back to COD 4 till this day, and I enjoy it. And then I'll try Modern Warfare Remastered, and it's just like kind of like a night and day in my opinion.
Some big YouTubers that hyped it up in the beginning just didn't play it very much anymore, and it was like, it was weird about it.
Yeah, definitely strange. But those are pretty much our thoughts on like remasters in general. If you guys have anything that you want to say, please leave down in the comment section below. Let us know. I will be reading the comments. Also, we recently did a podcast on the channel called Podness. I will leave a link down in the description. If you guys want something to just listen to, like, you know, maybe you're on your way to work, you're catching a bus, a train, something like that, or you're on a plane, car ride. What happened? What'd you say?
We're going to try to do that a lot more often because it's something we really enjoy.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun, and I think you guys should go check it out. You would definitely enjoy it, and it is very interesting. Also, I will leave links to, you know, the channel and all that. If you want me to leave links to Twitter and all that in the description below, just look in the description. You will find everything. So, if you guys did enjoy today's YouTube video, please like, comment, and subscribe. You can follow me on twitter.com/Norvenom3 and twitch.tv/Norvenom3. Also, the gameplay in the background is some Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex. I don't know why they didn't add this in a trilogy, but hey, it's one of my favorites, and I truly believe that they should have added it. But I hope that you guys have a beautiful day, and YouTube, until next time.